guys. So sorry that I'm getting started late to talk about how to actually get people to pay your high ticket prices for your services. So I truly do apologize for being so late getting on here. I am going to give it just a moment to see if anybody who was looking forward to this is going to join, even though I'm showing up late. But bear with me. Let me also pull up my little notes that you guys know I definitely have. This is the first time that I'm not going on both live on Instagram. So funny thing, today Instagram, my Instagram is broken, which is very upsetting, and I can't even do like live videos on there or anything. So I am very distraught. But I am still here to share with you guys this message. So let me pull up my notes side by side so that I can go over this with you guys. So one of the reasons why I was inspired to even talk about this in the first place is because of the fact that it's easy to say just increase your prices, but it's like, well, okay, so once I do that, how do I actually get clients? And so today I want to talk about how you actually attract the right clients who are going to be interested in your program or your service and then actually want to pay for it. Let me also make sure I have my Facebook group up one more second so I can make sure that I'm seeing you guys from both my Facebook page and from my computer, because I'm on my Facebook business page and I want to make sure I can see the group as well. Okay, perfect. Let me go to the home page. Okay, so okay, there we go. It is live on both things. Okay, perfect. Okay, so one thing that I want you to do that's a tangible step, I want to dive right into like action, is that you first of all need to narrow down and identify your most valuable person, which is going to be your ideal client. When it comes to knowing who your ideal client, which this is something that I know everyone is telling you, like, who is your ideal client? That is not enough for to help you. Like, you're like, okay, I know who I would like to work with, but most of the time when you say you kind of know that person, you don't really know the person. So I want to talk about how you can narrow down and identify your most valuable person. Some of the things that when I look at I need you to start off by looking at your previous clients. That's the first step that I want you to take, is look back at your previous clients and find the common denominators from your top 3. So if you took your top 3 most best clients that you ever work with, or the people that you've gotten the best results for, what things did they have in common? What did they do? What problems were they having? What pain points were they experiencing? What had they tried to eliminate those pain points that they have, or to solve that problem? What did you offer them as a service or a program that actually helped them? And then what were the results that they've gotten? I might have said that too fast. I'm going to kind of repeat it real quick for you guys. Look back at top 3 previous clients. What did they do? When you know exactly what it is that they do, are they coaches? Were they photographers? Were they in the health industry? When you start to look back at some of those patterns, you might find that you only work with course creators or something like that. So that's the first thing you want to check out, is what are the patterns that you can identify so that you can start speaking to those specific people, because those are clearly your people. What problems were they having? When you go back and look at the problems that they are all having, that's your market research right there, because then your content, when you're starting to create your content, when you're launching something, or just your content on a regular basis, you can actually speak to the things that were problems for them. What was the big problem that they have? Was their big problem that they did not know how to show up on video, and you're a video coach, and what was the thing that was causing the problem? They didn't have confidence on video, or they didn't know how to use the technology. When you understand what those problems are, you can actually start to create content around solving those problems in your programs. You can create around solving those problems a lot better. What pain points were they experiencing? Were they getting on video and no one was showing up? What things was showing up for them? Were they people going to their website and then leaving immediately because you're a website designer, you know that, clearly something's wrong with their user experience. Like, think about the things that they were experiencing that was frustrating them. Identify what they had tried to eliminate those pain points and solve that problem. The reason you want to be able to identify what they've tried is because if your program is doing that exact same thing, it's going to be very hard for you to convince them that you're going to be doing something different. But if your program clearly stands out from what they already learned and you already know why the thing that they learned didn't work, then you can now convince them to work with you because you're going to give them something different. What did you offer them as a service or a program? Because a lot of times when we're starting our business, we are offering multiple different things. We're like, okay, somebody asked me to manage their social media, so now I'm a social media manager, but then somebody else asked me to do their ads, and somebody else, I did a good job with marketing for them. So you become the person that's like the jack of all trades, right? And you don't want to be that. You actually want to be the person who is actually figuring out what you specialize in and then focusing on selling that. And you can't do that if you don't look back at your previous clients and see what the hell you actually offered them and what steps did you take to get them to the results. And speaking of the results, what results did you get for them? When you know that, then what you can do is start to implement and find out 4 areas that you can help them and you can help with and to understand them. So the 4 areas that you need to go through to find your ideal clients. Now, the first 2 I'm going to mention are the things that everyone tells you. Find your ideal clients. They're going to tell you demographics, like surface level things about them, right? Demographics are like, where do they live? What do they do for a living? Did they go to college? How much money do they make? Are they male or female? Like, those are surface level demographic questions that, yes, you do need to understand, but that's not going to really help you find your ideal clients. That's just going to give you a basis. If you're in a crowd of 1,000 people, that's going to help you narrow down and cut out 200 of them, but you still have 800 people you have to figure out, right? So the next level down in the 4 steps is characteristics. Again, this is the stuff that everyone's teaching you. Know the demographics, know the characteristics. So when they're telling you know the characteristics of your target audience, sorry, my watch is like, what? The characteristics are the personal traits and details that go below the surface of demographics. Yes, you do need to know these things. Characteristics of your ideal clients are things like, do they have kids? What are their pet peeves? What do they do for fun? What is their relationship status? Those still are questions that you need to know, but those are literally still not going to help you to find your ideal client. And that's definitely not going to help you to find out who's going to invest in your high ticket service. But you do still need to know that, because again, if I gave you that crowd of 1,000 people and now you've cut it down to 800 people, you still have 800 people. So now if you're like, hey, of the 800 people here, how many of you have dogs? There's only going to be like 500 of those people who say yes. So now you're only down to 500 from 1,000 people. That's good, narrowing down, but you still have 2 more levels to go down when you're finding your ideal clients, right? So the 3rd level down is their environment. I need you to think about their business and personal problems and their environment and the things that actually influence their decisions. Because this is what you need. This is why they might actually need your product or service. So this step is one of the first big steps towards actually finding your people who are going to invest in you because you can help them, right? So the questions that you need to be able to answer there is, what are the core problems that they're having and how did those things become issues in their life or in their business? What objections will stand in the way of them buying from you? What's important to them? How do they make buying decisions? Do they have to ask a spouse first before they spend a lot of money? Do they have a business partner? And then what big problems are they trying to solve right now? When you understand these key things, that starts to help you to really come up with your messaging and your content for your sales page and your marketing copy when you're doing video content. I know for my target audience, they're like, who the hell can I talk to attract people who will spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000? So that's why I come up with content like this. You need to find the content like this that you need to come up with to get your people to say, okay, she's talking to me specifically, or he's talking to me, right? And then that 4th level down are the pain points. You want to specifically hone in on these pain points. Think about what keeps them up at night that your product or your solution can actually possibly solve for them both in the short term and the long term. What are some of the biggest things that are affecting them? What big problems are they really trying to solve? But what's important to them? what's important to them is really indicative of why they're trying to solve that problem. And when you get to the pain points, this is where you're going to hit on more of the emotional side of these people. Like, what are they feeling? What's keeping them up at night? What's been stressing them? What are they embarrassed by when it comes to, this part of their life or this part of their business? What is frustrating them? What are they panicked by that if they don't solve right now, they don't feel like they're going to be in a good position a few months from now? So when you get to those 4 levels of understanding your ideal clients, those will become your people that you can sell to. They will definitely spend the $1,000+ on whatever your service you're offering, because you have now gotten down to what's deeply affecting them and what's going on in their lives, so that you're connecting on a more personal level, but also connecting in a way where they emotionally respond like, yeah, that's been hurting me so badly. I need to have that fixed. Here's why I'm looking to fix this. All I have to do is talk to my spouse. Like, once you know all of those things, you can actually speak to those problems and solve them for them. I hope this is really helpful. For those of you who don't know or didn't see in the Facebook group, I have created a free masterclass that's happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, talking all about like target audience, but going through these demographics, characteristics, and I'm going to give you a worksheet that we're going to do together during the call. And this is going to really be the thing that gives you all the copy that you need to come up with so that you can start to market the right way and actually attract people who will pay and invest in your services, whatever the price point is. So I hope you sign up for that. I'll post it again in the Facebook group as a reminder today. But if you're here from the Facebook group, then I want you to definitely make sure you sign up for that, because that is free. And even if you can't attend live, then you'll get the replay just by signing up. There are 42 people already registered for that event, so you will not be alone. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day.